Undercover detective James Payton finds himself tangled up in a shady passport falsification operation led by a guy named Omar. Things get intense when a shootout erupts with the smugglers, but despite his lieutenant's suggestions to back off, James isn't willing to drop the case. Meanwhile, there's this jittery, short high school security guard named Ben Barber. He's a total video game nerd and decides to apply to the Atlanta City Police Academy. Oh, and he also wants James's approval to marry his sister, Angela. Quite a big ask, huh? Get ready for a roller coaster of laughs and action as we dive into the world of Ride Along. This hilarious comedy action film took the screens by storm in 2014. If you want more exciting movie reviews, trailers, and awesome content, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell. Let's buckle up and jump right into the fun. James wants to see if Ben is good enough for his sister, Angela, so he tells him to go on a ride-along first. If Ben impresses him during this ride-along, James will recommend him for the police academy and give his blessing for the marriage. During the ride-along, James takes Ben to the police station and asks the dispatch to keep him informed about all the 126s, or calls, coming in. It's like a test for Ben to handle. While they're at it, James questions an informant named Runflat. This leads to some important info about a connection between Serbia and the mysterious Omar. They discover that a shipment is expected to arrive later that day. Exciting stuff. After leaving the park, James decides to take Ben to the nearby shooting range. They find out that the store has some Zastava M92s available. Cool guns. While they're at it, a call comes in, and they head to the Sweet Auburn Curb Market. Apparently, there's this drunk guy known as Crazy Cody causing a ruckus there. Ben gives it a shot at calming him down, but the guy proves to be too much for him to handle. So, James steps in and makes the arrest. Way to go, James. After the eventful day, Ben asks James to drop him off at home before Angela calls. He vents to Angela about how stressful the day was, and he spills the beans that James actually plays poker with the dude named Crazy Cody. Oh, and she jokes that 126s are just code for annoying situations they put newbies through. Later, Ben heads to the police station, and guess who he sees? Yup, Crazy Cody. The guy is having a good laugh with James, Santiago, and Miggs. Seems like they're all having a great time together. Feeling upset, Ben decides to shake off his emotions by taking a 126 call about a disturbance at a strip club. When they arrive, they find themselves in a crazy situation with two dudes having a Mexican standoff. Ben, thinking it's another one of those joke calls, starts fooling around. James takes charge and manages to subdue the men. After that intense encounter, they receive a tip about a gun deal involving Omar's men. Things are getting serious. Later, Ben confronts James about all the 126 calls. He wants to know what's really going on. While they're in the car, James gets a call from Santiago, who tells him that Runflat surrendered himself. Ben chimes in, saying he heard from Runflat's brother in the park that the guy had recently been released from prison. That's some new info for James, another clue to the puzzle. They decide to talk to Runflat's other brother, Jay, hoping to get the location of the gun deal from him. But things take a crazy turn when Ben accidentally shoots Jay during their conversation. Ouch! Nevertheless, Jay ends up revealing the details of where and when the deal is going down. Talk about unexpected twists. So, James makes the call to go undercover with Santiago and Miggs, leaving Ben in the car. Little does he know, those two are actually crooked cops on Omar's payroll. Sneaky. Once inside the warehouse, things take a nasty turn, and they end up tying James up. Poor guy. And guess what? Ben witnesses the whole thing from the car. Santiago starts giving James a hard time, mocking and criticizing him for being all unsociable and full of himself. Not cool, Santiago. As the gun deal unfolds, Ben decides to pull off a risky move. He pretends to be Omar, since nobody has actually seen the real Omar. Talk about nerve-wracking. Ben manages to pull off a crazy act, causing chaos at the deal. But right when he's about to leave with James, the actual Omar shows up. Uh-oh. Now it's a full-blown shootout. And Ben's gaming skills come into play as he shows off his sharp reflexes and battle knowledge. He's handling the situation surprisingly well. James and Ben make a daring move, grabbing the money from the deal and making their escape just in time before the warehouse goes kaboom. But bad luck strikes as Ben's grenade accidentally hits a box of explosives, blowing up James's car. Little do they know, Santiago, Miggs, manage to slip away from the chaos. Meanwhile, Santiago and Miggs show up at Angela's place and tie her up. And guess what? Angela was playing one of Ben's interactive games, so all his gamer friends can hear the intense confrontation between Angela, Miggs, and Santiago through his headset. Talk about a crazy turn of events. At the hospital, Ben's getting his gunshot wound treated in the leg when one of his gamer buddies calls and informs James about some action going down at the apartment. Sneaky. Seeing cops showing up at the hospital, James and Ben decide to make a sneaky exit and head to the apartment with Omar's money. At the apartment, things get wild. James takes down Miggs, and then he's in a heated fight with Santiago. Just when things look grim and Santiago's about to shoot James, Angela comes to the rescue and knocks Santiago out. Go, Angela! But then, trouble hits Ben as he gets into a fight with Omar. Unfortunately, he ends up getting knocked out by the guy. To make matters worse, Omar takes the bag of money and Angela with him before making a run for it, not looking good at all. James tails Omar and Angela, and when things get real tense, he confronts Omar. Just as Omar's about to shoot James, bam! Ben comes sliding over a car and kicks Omar, saving the day. Then, James takes 2 shots at Omar, injuring the dude. The police swoop in and arrest Omar, Miggs, and Santiago, putting an end to their shenanigans. And you know what? James finally gives Ben his blessing to marry Angela. It's about time. In a cool mid-credits scene, Ben and Angela are all engaged and super happy together. Plus, Ben is just a few weeks away from graduating from the police academy. Awesome! They all gather at James's place for a fun barbecue. But you won't believe it. Ben accidentally blows up the barbecue and goes flying into the bushes. Ouch! To make matters worse, the poor neighbor's dog ends up getting knocked out. Bummer. Thanks for joining us on this laughter-filled and action-packed journey through Ride Along. We hope you had an absolute blast exploring the comedic and thrilling world of the film. If you had a great time with this review, show some love by hitting that like button. And make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our fantastic updates and awesome content. Until next time, get ready to buckle up for more incredible movie reviews and exciting adventures. Keep the fun going!